You are not fighting because of money. You are fighting because money has exposed something deeper. Let's be honest. Not because couples don't love each other, but because financial pressure exposes something deeper. Now, here is it. You need to understand how it works. Money is not just about the figures. The money you have in your account, the 1 million, the 500,000, whatever that you have in your account, is not just it. Money communicates something. That figure represents something. It represents stability. It represents security. It represents identity. So when there is pressure and you're reacting, what you are reacting to is not the figures in the account. It is what it represents. You are reacting to maybe the security that is threatened. You are reacting to maybe the stability that is going to be affected, or the identity that that figure you have somewhere represents. So what plays out is that it is not about the money this time. It is not about the figure. It is now emotional. That's when you hear one partner feeling like, I am carrying too much. The other person feels like you are not earning enough. And then the language shifts. Instead of what can we do and how do we do this, it becomes, why are you acting like this? Emotions. That is the reaction behind what we call financial pressure. Here is the truth. Financial pressure does not destroy marriage. It only reveals the couple's mindset and their unity level. Now, two key things are exposed when there is financial pressure. Number one, the mindset about money. Remember we said money communicates something, and the mindset about it is what comes up when there is financial pressure. It answers the question of, is money a tool or a source of validation and control? Secondly, it reveals structure. And I said somewhere of recent that a marriage that does not have structure will collapse under financial pressure. When financial pressure mounts in a relationship, it reveals the structure that the marriage has. Is there unity? Is there transparency? Or there is silent independence? I remember in the early stages of our marriage, when we had our first son, I say this often, it was time for the naming. We had volunteers, people that even offered to do certain things for us free and all of that. It's not as if at that time we couldn't go out of our way to do something extraordinary to meet with expectations, but we already had a structure that we operated as a couple, and we politely told everyone with well-meaning intentions our firm no. Financial agreement is not optional in marriage. It is foundational. Let's break it down. How does financial pressure create distance? Financial secrecy. Agreed that some circumstances may require certain level of discretion. So when pressure increases, some partners begin to hide. They begin to hide spending, they begin to hide debt, they begin to hide financial decisions. Most times it's not always out of wickedness, but out of fear. Remember, I mentioned earlier that the reactions to finance is not just about the figure, it's about what the figure represents. So when pressure mounts, one of the ways it creates distance is that secrecy builds in. And that on its own may not really be out of lack of love, but because there is fear or shame. But the thing is, secrecy destroys faster than even poverty will in any relationship. Because the person you are trying to protect by indulging in such secrets may not even give you the thumbs up when the secret eventually unfolds. Number two, the blame culture. When financial pressure mounts, one of the ways it causes distance in the marriage is the blame game comes in. Instead of solving the problem, couples start assigning faults. You hear things like, you spend too much, you are not earning enough, you are not responsible. Why? The pressure is revealing. And what it does, that it creates defensiveness, not solutions. Number three, unequal financial burden perception. When one partner begins to feel overwhelmed with whatever they are contributing or whatever they are bringing into the relationship, if not quietly addressed, this builds resentment. Emotional displacement. This is very, very common. Now, this is it. Financial stress shows up as irritation, withdrawal, anger. But the real issue is not your partner. Of course, these are to be met. They are not to be stared at. But the pressure will cause irritation, the pressure will cause withdrawal and anger. But this has to be managed. Proverbs 15 verse 1 says, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but sometimes under pressure, gentility is lost. We must acknowledge these triggers, and that is one way we have to handle it. So how will this happen without creating or causing damage in the marriage? Number one, you must build financial transparency. It's the truth. You must build financial transparency. Everything must be laid on the table. Income, expenses, debts, obligations. Transparency is what reduces suspicion. Transparency doesn't mean that everything must come together and be used, but it should be known. It should be laid bare on the table. Then number two, creating a shared financial vision. As a couple, here is what you must note. You are not just paying bills. You are creating a life. You are building a life. So it's not just about bills alone. It's not just about meeting immediate obligations. You must ask, what are we working towards? What matters most right now? When vision is clear, pressure becomes purposeful. Thirdly, you must shift from blame to strategy. Very important. Instead of who caused this, as a couple, you must ask, what is our next move? According to Dave Ramsey, you must gain control over your money, or lack of it will forever control you. I will always emphasize that money is a tool. It is supposed to go on errands for you. It shouldn't wear the crown in the marriage. It shouldn't be the master. It should be the servant. So gaining control over it is one way to put the right use of those figures in the marriage. Now you must protect emotional connection. It's very important. Like I said, this is part of the work that is in a marriage. And for it to work, this work has to be done. When facing financial pressure, learn to talk without attacking. Listen without defending. Support without keeping scores. Because if you lose emotional connection, even financial breakthrough won't fix the damage. Number 5, practice contentment and wisdom. This is very important. Listen to this very well. Contentment is not lack of ambition. It is emotional stability while building. One of the issues that causes pressure in marriage is lack of contentment. And I heard it from one of my fathers in faith that if you walk at your own pace, you won't lose your peace. Contentment is one essential virtue that couples must imbibe to escape financial pressure without blame. Now, before you go, listen to this. Money problems don't separate couples. Mismanaged emotions around this is what does. You can be under financial pressure and still be emotionally connected. Before your next financial argument, pause and ask yourself, are we fighting each other or fighting the situation together? I've seen couples end well and still fight constantly. And I've seen couples who have limited resources but unity thrives in their home. The difference is not income, it is alignment. And this requires intentional communication, financial discipline, and emotional maturity. This is Insights with Stella, coming your way 8 p.m. every Sunday. Please do so now and turn on the notification button. As well, follow on other social media platforms for these mind shift sessions 8 p.m. every Sunday. I'll see you again next Sunday. Until then, remain intentional.